A very good morning to everyone. So once again I welcome back all of you to this online class session. So in the last class we have started our new concept, which is oscillations, and we got to know that what is meant by oscillation, and while the body is oscillating, what are the parameters it will have, and that also we have completed, which are time, period, frequency, and also we have got the one expression which is more important, which is the displacement of the particle while it is having the SHM, which is a simple harmonic motion. That equation was y is equals to a sine omega t. Okay, so here A is what? Amplitude, and amplitude also we have discussed, which is largest displacement, right? So this much we have completed. So continuing the part, the same part, which is oscillations of fluid spring. Okay, oscillation means it is back and forth motion or to and fro motion, right? So how the oscillations will take place in this spring, loaded spring, and in this concept we are going to find out the time period and the frequency, how much time it will take, or the expression for the time period which has been involved in this oscillation of loaded spring. Okay, after getting the expression for time period, we will derive the frequency. Okay, and one more thing I have to discuss here, or I have to write here, which is relation between time period and frequency, right? So time period is nothing but the time taken by the body to complete one oscillation, that is a time period, and frequency is number of oscillations completed in 1 second, that is what frequency. And the relation of these two is, so frequency is always inversely proportional to the time period, or f is equals to 1 by t. So this is the main relation between the frequency and time. And also one more thing is that omega is what? Angular velocity. Omega is angular velocity, and the value of omega is also 2 pi by t, right? It means 2 pi means what? 360. Okay, one circle, that is time. How much time will take to complete one circle or to complete 360 degree? That is what we call angular velocity, that is omega is equals to 2 pi by t. So this is also a main important thing. While solving the or while deriving the expression, these two will help. Okay. See, coming to the concept, which is oscillation of loaded spring. See here, in this case, again I am telling you that here we will get the expression for the time period and frequency, right? So for that purpose, here I have taken a one spring, okay, which is attached at this point. This is a fixed point. Okay, upper part is fixed, and to the lower part of the spring I will attach some weight. I will attach some weight to this spring at the lower end. So when we hang the weight, or when we attach some weight to this lower part of the spring, what will happen? Of course the spring will stretch. Okay, of course the spring will stretch out. Otherwise, if I apply the force on this weight, or if we pull this weight to downward, what will happen? Oscillation will take place. Just assume that this is the spring, this is the upper part. Upper part is fixed, and lower part, at the lower part we have added some weights. And now what I am doing? I am pulling the weight to the downward. So once we made it to downward and I will release, what will happen? The spring will having the to and fro motion or oscillatory motion. While it is having the oscillatory motion, how much time it will take, and what about the frequency. So these two are the things which we are going to discuss here. Okay, so one more thing, once again I am telling that, so the weight or to this weight I will pull it downward and I will release. So it will have the back and forth motion. While having the back and forth motion, or while it is moving to the mean position, what kind of force it will have? Restoring force. See here, just now we have added the weight. Now the spring has been stretched. Okay, now it will come at this position. This is what? This is the mean position O, and this is the position you may name it as the A. So while oscillating, it will have the two position at some instant O, at some instant A. It means it is getting the position OA, OA, OA. While going from O to A and A to O. While going from A to O, right, downward to upward, it is having the restoring force. Okay, restoring force means what? The force which brings the body to its original position. Okay, the force which brings this weight or body to its original position. Okay, before applying the weight, what was the position of this spring? O. After applying the weight, it goes to the point A and it is getting oscillating. So while oscillating, or while it is going from A to O, it will have the which force? Restoring force. If I add more weight on this spring, again I will apply the more weight. So what happens? Again, the more displacement will occur. See, initially I have applied only W of weight. It has been displaced at the point A. Now I am applying another weight. Okay, this is the W1 and this is the W2. So tell me that whether it goes to the same position in the case we have applied the only W1. For the W1, it has reached the point A. Now I am applying W1 and W2. It means the total weight is W is equal to W1 plus W2. It means the more displacement will occur. See here. It will come to this position. Okay, here the W is equal to W1 plus W2. It means the meaning is to say that if the weight is more is the displacement. If the more is the displacement, then the restoring force will be more. You call this as the B. Initially it was at O. After applying the W1 weight, it has gone to the point A. After again applying the W2, it has been reached the point B. It means more displacement. Right, the more displacement is occurred. If the displacement is more, then the restoring force must be more. Right, from B to O, the restoring force is maximum or more. It means restoring force is directly proportional to what? Displacement. Right, the displacement equation we have y is equal to a sin omega t. So in this case, the restoring force F is directly proportional to displacement, that is y. If the displacement is more, the restoring force must be more. Yes. So F is equals to, if we remove the proportional constant t, we will get the minus k1. Here why I am writing minus? Because the restoring force is opposite. So that is the reason here we have written minus. So F is directly proportional to displacement. Displacement is more, the restoring force is more. So after that, what we have done? We have just removed this proportional constant t. So then we have written equal to minus k1. And negative sign indicates that the restoring force is opposite. So here F is what? force. Mass into acceleration. F is equals to what? M into A. Yes, in place of F, what I am going to write? M into A. So M into A minus K1. And one more thing is that here it is executing what? Simple harmonic motion. Okay, what is the simple harmonic motion? Simple harmonic motion is a oscillatory motion about a fixed point. Okay, and here the restoring force depends upon displacement, and the restoring force always towards the mean position. Okay, it is executing SHM. So whenever the body is executing SHM, we have derived the two main quantities, which are velocity and acceleration. So here also we have the acceleration, it is also executing SHM, and in the last class only we have got the expression for acceleration. What it was? A is equals to minus omega square y. We just put this acceleration value in this equation, right? So M as it is. A value is minus omega square y. So minus omega square y minus k into y. So here y minus will get cancelled. Remember that here we are going to get the expression for time period and frequency. Yes. So what are the terms are left? M omega square equal to k. So just I will make omega square as a subject and bring m to the RHS side. It becomes k divided by m, is it? Yes. And remove the square, omega is equal to under root k divided by m. What is omega? Angular velocity, and its value is 2 pi by t. T is what? Time period. So omega is 2 pi divided by t equal to under root k divided by m. So what we have to get here? We need to get the t. Okay. So if you rearrange some terms in this equation, we are going to get the value of t is equals to, if you bring t to this side, it becomes 2 pi equal to under root m by k. So this is the time period of the oscillation of loaded spring. Okay, this is the time period. If you need to get the frequency, you just see this equation, the relation between frequency and time period. What we have? F is equals to 1 by t. So what do we do? Just f is equals to 1 divided by this thing you have to write. So this is what? Time period. And for frequency, what you will do? F is equals to 1 divided by t. Right. So F is equals to 1 divided by t. So 1 divided by this thing we have to write. So 1 divided by 2 pi. So if you take the reciprocal, the k will go to the numerator and f will come to the denominator. So this is the frequency. Yes. So this is what? Frequency. Yes, we have got the time period as well as with the frequency. So take these things. Next we will go to the next concept. Okay, next we will have the energies of the particle executing SHM. Okay, when the particle is having simple harmonic motion, what are the kinds of energy it will have? So of course, SHM is what? Simple harmonic motion. Motion in the sense, basically which energy it will get? The basic energy, which is kinetic energy. Which is a kinetic energy is equals to what? Half m v square it will have. So this is a general expression for the kinetic energy of the particle. But when it is executing SHM, simple harmonic motion, it is a normal motion. But here what we have? Simple harmonic motion. If this is the case, what will be the kinetic energy? Right. See, assume that the particle it is executing the simple harmonic motion. It means it will have the displacement also. which is given by y is equals to a sin omega t. This is the displacement of the particle executing SHM. So what is the expression we need to have? That is kinetic energy. So first, kinetic energy, what we have, half m v square. It means here what we have, y we have, displacement we have, but we need to get what? Velocity. So what we will do? We know that velocity is equal to what? Displacement, that is dy by dt. So d by dt. Y is what? A sin omega t. So differentiate sin omega t. A is constant, you keep outside. So a sin omega t is what? Cos omega t. And the coefficient of t is what? Omega. You just write as it is. So omega. So it means, can I write a omega cos omega t? Now we have got the value of v. So which quantity we need to have? That is kinetic energy. So what is the formula for kinetic energy? Half m v square. Okay, half m as it is. V square is what? A omega cos omega t. Okay, this is the value of v. Square is there, you make square. So half m a square omega square cos square omega t. Right. So 1 by 2 m omega square a square. So cos square omega t, how can I write? See, just using the trigonometric relation, sin square omega t plus cos square omega t is equal to 1. Then cos square omega t will be 1 minus sin square omega t. So that is the thing which we have to write here. So in place of cos square omega t, what I am going to write? 1 minus sin square omega t. See, after that you just write half m omega square as is and multiply by a square to this term. So what happens? A square into 1 a square minus a square into sin square omega t. So 1 by 2 m omega square. So a square minus what we have, a square sin square omega t. You just see this equation. See, what we have, y is equal to a sin omega t, but here we have a square sin square omega t. So a square sin square omega t means, of course, it will be y square. It means in this place I will write y square. So this is the expression for the kinetic energy of the particle executing simple harmonic motion. In the same way, we will get the potential energy of the particle executing simple harmonic motion. So this is what kinetic energy. Now for the potential energy. So potential energy. So potential energy is the same. So while it is changing its position, what it will have? Work done. Work done is what? Force into displacement. So the same thing, dW is equals to force into displacement. So dW is equals to force. Which force it will have? Yes. See, displacement is what? dy. And what about the force? Force is what? m omega square y. Is it right? M omega square y into dy. So to get the total work done from here to here, 0 to y. So just integrate from 0 to y. dW is equals to 0 to y m omega square y dy. See, one thing is that the work done is itself stored as what? Potential energy. So integration of dw is what? W is equals to, here m omega square is a constant, keep it outside, and what we have left 0 to y into dy. So m omega square has, so integration of y is what? Y square by 2. Y square by 2 between the limit 0 to 1. So m omega square. So in the first case, what you will do? You just apply the upper limit. So y square minus lower the limit 0. So m omega square y square. So this is the expression for the potential energy. Right. See, these are the two energies which are involved in the particle executing the simple harmonic motion. Right. Yes, here 2 is there now. We have to write 2 also. Just I remove this one. I have forgotten to write the 2 below 2. So 2 is there. You keep outside half m omega square. So now you apply the in place of y. First apply the upper limit y square minus lower limit 0 square. So again it will be finally half m omega square y square. See, this is the expression for the potential energies. Right. So we will stop here. In the next class, we will discuss the main concept, which is a simple pendulum. So in every examination that will be asked for 5 marks. Right. So we will discuss that in next class. Okay. Until then, thank you.